Hello everyone, Adam Hill Vending, Tampa Bay, Florida. Today's video, what I want to do is just go over some questions that I've been getting. I've been out of town for 7 or 8 days down to the Florida Keys. If you've been to the Florida Keys or you want to go, drop in the comment Keys. Great down there. A little bit weather. There was a direct storm. It was going to be a direct hit. Luckily, made it through unscathed. But more importantly, is got some questions when I was gone, when I was out of town. But before I get into those questions, what I want to talk about is vacation. What I want to talk about is how, if you have vending machines, how can you leave for 7 days and not worry about something happening? So it has to do with your team, guys. Teamwork makes the dream work. You've all heard that before. But if you don't have the right people to help you, even if you have a couple machines, so I want to start small. Starting out, it was just me. I was a sole operator, was not able to go for more than a day or two someplace, not 7 days. We have some accounts that are Monday through Friday that they need to be touched. So you don't want to become so attached to it, because for me, the point of vending was to have the freedom to do what you want when you want. Now, to be your own boss kind of aspect, I'm not a big proponent of that, because you'll always have a boss. There's always going to be that vending account that tells you that you need to come in, you need to service the machines, or to ask you to change it up, or ultimately they could remove you from the business if you're not doing your job, or because a new person's coming in. So it's nice to be with, it's a family business here at Hill Vending, so you can use your family. You can use your friends, people that you trust, to give them some guidance on how to service the account so that you can leave for a little bit of time. Also doing the live stream. If you have a question, drop it in the comments. Drop it in the comments below. Let's see. I'm going to try to do some more. Got some more videos. David in the house. I didn't know vendors were able to take vacations. That's right. Most aren't. Most aren't able to. Got our little guy right here is taking a vacation. Little shop dog. So the practical takeaway from this point of taking a vacation is structuring your business so that you have help. You need help. You need help people to fill the machines. You need help for people to fix the machines. You need help for how to land accounts, for how to do a lot of different things in vending. Because if you think you're going to do it all yourself, you can, but you will never be able to take a break or step away without being completely consumed and worried that you're not going to make, that you're going to lose the account, or that you're not going to be able to make any money, or that going on. So some of the questions that I have received through the social media channels, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, really focused on TikTok because we're closing in on 500,000 on TikTok. Speaking of TikTok, coming into the broadcast, True Clean Carpet and Tile and Grout. If you guys have not followed, it's a local business down here in Pinellas County. A+ business. A great owner who runs that business. His name is Chris. He runs a tight ship. Okay? Runs a tight ship. But they have a TikTok, and they are doing crazy. So go ahead and subscribe to their channel. They are blowing up. He's going to do some more videos, I believe, on how to run a business. He's got 8 trucks. He's got tons of guys. Cleans a lot of the resorts and high caliber businesses here in Tampa Bay. Champa Bay, Florida. So, but I think he did have a question. Let me get to that question here. what is your vision for Hill Vending? Great question. You can tell that's from a business owner right there, someone who really understands. And that's a good question for you to ask when you're getting started with your vending machine. Do you want 10 machines, 20 machines, 100 machines? For the Hill Vending, I never really wanted it to be 20 trucks. I want to do as much as possible with one box truck as I possibly can. Because the more trucks you have, I know someone in the area who has a multi-million-dollar vending business, works 7 days a week, a bunch of trucks on the road. Stressful. It's stressful for him. He's never able to truly relax. He's never able to truly. There's always a truck issue. There's always someone he caught stealing from him, hiring a guy, firing a guy. There's a lot that goes into that. Now, if you want that, that's okay. But for me, I never really wanted to. I don't really want it to go above and beyond the kind. Now, maybe in a year or two that changes, but I think Hill Vending with one box truck can do close to $1 million in sales. You'll not find anyone on YouTube, anyone in the country who is going to try and do $1 million in gross sales out of one box truck. Just doesn't happen. There's not enough. There's not the systems on the place. You need high quality, high volume accounts to do that. But it's less a revenue than more of a lifestyle goal with the vending. I don't want someone to tell me when I can go. I don't want someone to tell me that I have to work a Saturday or I can't take off next Monday. I want to be able to do what I want when I want, and having the right people around you. Circle back to that. Great team at Hill Vending, okay? I'm able to do that. So as long as I can do that, I would give up. I'd rather not make $500,000 a year but have freedom than make $500,000 but be stressed out, 80-hour weeks and all that. Not able to have a dog right there. So that's really the main reason of why I got into vending. It's not really the money. It's the freedom. Yeah, money's great. Obviously, everybody needs money. But so I hope that answers the question. Again, True Clean carpet. True Clean carpet, tile, and grout cleaning. Go ahead and follow them. Great company. See another comment here, Joseph. Man, that new route has you busy. Yes, that is true. Again, the new route, if you're new, Hill Vending acquired a Snyder's Lance route, Cape Cod Lance crackers here in Pinellas County. This county right here, a territory. I can go into that for a quick second. If you're new to the route game, vending is a wild west, okay? Vending, nothing's guaranteed. You have to buy all the equipment. No one's going to hold your hand. The Snyder Lance route game, even if a bread route or some of these other corporate kind of routes, you have kind of people who you're not really in charge. You're in charge. You have your own truck and trailer and you do it. The benefit of the Snyder Lance route is that you have a protected territory. So on that map, I could carve out a section of where our territory is, and no one is allowed to go in that territory and take over or take those stores. So unlike vending, where someone could come in and I could lose the account, no fault of my own. In those territories, as far as I know, who knows? They could take it out tomorrow. But it's your territory. Now, for that safety comes less control, I guess. Less control. Have more people. See how to phrase this. Let's see. People there's just more, it's halfway in the corporate world and halfway out. Whereas vending, you're completely on your own. If your machine breaks, you got to figure it out. If your truck breaks down, you have to figure it out. You're kind of partnered up with these billion-dollar brand, Cape Cod, Lance, Snyder's, that they're doing everything, and then you're just executing it on the final stage of distribution. They have all the sales. They tell you what's going on sale. You don't have the choice to price your product. You don't really have choice of what you're going to put on the shelf. They tell you what you're going to put on the shelf. They have a planogram, or a set, they like to call it. And they tell you, what they want on the shelf, which is fine, but there's not as much control. So I hope that helps clear that up a little bit. The vending, on the one hand, you are complete island, completely in control of the machines you pick, the prices you put in the machine, what credit card you pick, everything. Where on the other hand, with the Snyder Lance you're still in the corporate chain of command, where you have the stores tell you what to do, the employees with Snyder Lance tell you what to do. They come in and check on you and tell you, hey, this is in here and that's not there. Whereas in the vending, no one's going to tell you what to do. So I hope that clears that up a little bit. But let's see what else. David, does he clean stuck on soda syrup? Yeah, right. No, he does mainly. That's True Clean. Mainly, yeah, flooring. I guess he would be able to get it out. If it's on the floor, he's your guy. He's your guy. So if you're watching from Tampa, give him a shout. So, question: how do you land your first vending account? How do you land your first vending account? A lot of people ask that. How do you get an account? That's the number one question. You have to work backwards. I could tell you exactly how to get your account, to get an account. You go into the property, you talk to who's in charge of the vending there, you provide a better solution or solve a problem, they pick you, you put your machines in, and you service the machines. Getting vending accounts is actually the easy part. What do I mean by that? Once you get the account, the real work begins. Okay? Let's say you go out and even a locator gets you an account, or however you get a location. How are you getting product into those machines? How often are you going to be servicing those machines? What size machines are you going to put in? Are you going to pay a commission? Are you going to put them under contract? And there's just a lot that goes into it. And that's the easy part. I could hand pick you our best location. I could give anyone who's watching this live stream or any of these videos our best location. You would get overwhelmed quicker than you would know what to do with. Because there's a system in place, and if you don't have the right system in place, you're not going to do well. So, how do you get locations? Number one, account. And I'll continue to go over this. What I'm going to start doing on these videos, now that the Snyder Lance, great team on that end, we added a component on the Snyder Lance route. So there's the vending side, there's the Snyder side, and there's guys on each side that are just dominating, run the system. So what I'm going to start doing is more videos, but I've already put all this all together in the hillvending.teachable.com. I've already put it all together, and people signed up for it. I just got an email the other day, someone who bought the course. So much information, guys. But when we talk about locations, when we talk about vending locations, obviously the number of people, well, maybe not obvious, because all my content is geared towards people who are just getting started. Just getting started. And there's actually a fourth thing that I'm going to add coming up here soon. So if you're watching this, you're the first person to hear this. World premiere. I used to say there's 3 keys to vending: location, machines, service. Most important is service. But there's actually a 4th component, which that's what I'll name my next video, the 4 components of vending, which COVID and the recent surge in pricing on product has alluded to, or has forced to add this. There's still location, machines, service, but the next part of the puzzle is pricing. If you nail all 3, but your pricing is wrong, you'll be spinning your wheels going nowhere. Making no money. So, the pricing, are you having the right margin? Do you have the right margin on your product? I cannot tell you, when I started, and I still have seen it, people selling drinks for 50 cents, 65 cents, which is part of the reason why I'm going to start calling out, some of the other gurus who on YouTube who talk about vending, and they're going to sell 20 or 50 cent drinks and they're going to make money. It's just not, that's not how it works. So, let's see. What were the other questions? 90%. Okay. Another key point on locations. Well, let's get into this. Let's get into the machines. Which machine should you buy? I don't care which machine you buy, as long as you understand how it works. That's the most important. You can start out with a cheap machine or a brand that you don't understand, but you'll run into the issue of not having parts for it. You'll run into the issue of not knowing how to program it, or how it functions, and that's going to put you in a bad spot. So that's why I recommend, a certain brand of drink machine, Vendo 721, a certain brand of snack machines, AMS. That's based on years of experience with it. But if you think you can't afford, someone just called me today and said that they thought that I did bulk if I sold bulk vending, the little turn vending. I said no, full price. He said, well, that's probably a couple thousand per machine. I can't afford that. I get it, you can't afford that, but people think if you're going to get into the vending game with a little $300 machine and you're not going to have issues, you get what you pay for. Okay? David in the house. Happy Friday, everyone. See if I can add that. After your video where you said you got no complaints, I went up on most of mine to $1 a can. No real complaints yet, right? Yeah, you have to go up. Initially. We're in Florida, so if you're in another New York City, you might have to go to $2 or whatever it is because of the price. In California, you have to go up to $1.50 maybe. You cannot sell drinks where we are for less than $1 anymore. And I would recommend that you do it now. The reason I would say do it now is everyone has the stimulus money. Everyone's good. The economy, no matter what you think about it, enough people don't have to work. They can get their checks. Do it now before the economy starts to take a tip, and then it's going to be too late, and you're going to raise the price, and you're going to be the bad guy who's raising the price on the account when the economy's bad. Okay, but the product cost is going up. So yeah, no complaints. We still haven't had complaints on $1 can. That's what I would recommend that you go to. Now here's a point about locations. 90% of locations, 90% of the best locations are already taken. And I say, man, Adam, well, what am I going to do? How am I going to get started? The good point of this is that of those 90% of locations that are already taken, 50%, I would say, a conservative number, 50% of those are receiving either terrible service or they're looking for another vendor for more options. Because the vending companies that are in there are not servicing correctly with the right machines, or they're not coming often enough, or there's some kind of issue. Side note, last week before I went on vacation, got a call from an account in Tampa. Said they're going to go up to, they're a call center. They're going to ramp back up to 800 employees. Talked with them for a little bit. And found out, asked, well, who's the vendor over there? Because we like to stay in this county right here, Pinellas County. But if it's a good enough account, we would drive across the bridge. 30-minute drive, an hour round trip. Not ideal. Really not what we want to do. But if the money's there, we can make an adjustment to that. So I found out who was there. They told me who the current vendor was. They told me all their issues that they were having, and that they were looking for a change. So I got off the phone with them, and I called the vendor that was in there. Because what you'll find out is that the account will tell you stuff that isn't necessarily true. For example, if you hear something like all the stuff in our machine is stale or it's going bad, the first thing you need to think, the first thing that I think, this is a bad account. It's a bad account. And that's what she was saying. And this guy's a good vendor over there. And he's not putting in stuff that doesn't sell. Obviously, he's going to put in the stuff that sells. And if it's still going bad, there's a problem with the volume of that account. So if you hear someone say, we're having issues with, stuff's just going out of date and he's not coming and servicing the account, immediately my mind goes to, it's not doing enough volume to sell through those snacks in the machine, and that's why they're going bad. Now keep in mind, chips have 2 months? Cheez-Its, Famous cookies, all those. It's not like it's a week date like bread or something. So if they're not selling through product and it's stale, more often than not, I would stay away from that account. So this account over in Tampa, they were saying some things. So I talked to the vendor that currently is doing them. He said he has a glass front in there, a 5-wide machine. He said they've been telling him they're going to do all this, and it never comes to fruition. He puts stuff in, and he has to throw it out. So what I did is told him, well, hey, I just want to give you a heads up. You might want to go into that account. You might want to talk with them, see if you can smooth things over, and turn it into a positive. So he said thank you, and it's just a little professional courtesy. Just a little professional courtesy, so that if one of my accounts, or he goes into one of my accounts and sees my name on the machine, he'll remember that I was looking out for him. So just a little inside baseball on that. Let's see other questions here. Where do you source your machines? We source our machines. We have our machines in stock. I haven't bought a machine in over a year. But I would buy them from A&M Equipment out of Georgia. I have seen a lot of issues with Sam's Club running out of product. I'm not sure if that's going to continue, but all you can do is go in. We've noticed that the 50 count, like Ruffles, Doritos, Smart Pop, they're now carrying just a bunch of flavor boxes mixed up. I have an apartment complex and I'm killing it. That's good. Okay. How do you get the flyer you have? Bishop Vending asked, how do you get the flyer you have? We just made one. We made one online, a flyer. We made a flyer. All that's in the hillvending.teachable.course. The contract, proposal, all the marketing material we use is all in there. And you get to download it all and have it. But you can make your own. You can make your own. Make your own flyer. Just go on, Vistaprint. Go on Vistaprint and just Google flyers and make your own flyer. Way too many Cheetos in the flavor packs. I tell you what, if you're going to put 16 Cheetos in there, they're going to... Yeah, what we have noticed is the bold flavor mixes are doing good. Pillsbury little cookies, doing good. So it's nice too. There's a benefit of having some of those flavor multi-packs because you're able to mix in some different products. So, people don't normally see. So it keeps it fresh so you're not stale. So hopefully everything reopens for business and they don't try and use the Delta variant to shut down the economy again. If you want to get your vaccine, go get your vaccine, and everybody can get back to work. So with that, I'm gonna wrap up this live stream. If you're watching a replay or have a question, just drop it in the comments. I'll try to keep doing these live streams and answering questions. So, but remember, until next time, keep your drinks cold. Where is he? And your snacks fresh. He's sleeping. Shop dog. We're out. Talk to you guys later.